Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? I'll wait a few minutes here and see how many people show up. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. Let's see. Try to make this a little bigger. Okay, so let's see. Huh. Okay, so that works. Alrighty. I hate Chrome. Okay, let's get this. Holy man, that color stinks. Okay, so um, not sure if anybody's here. Let's see here. Invite people. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not sure. Let's see here. Cameraman. Uh, broadcast alert. Mm, okay. So anyway, well, I guess we can get started. Let me see if I can adjust my camera just a little bit here. How did that get messed up? Sorry about that. I think my camera, my stand got bumped a little bit whilst I was getting things ready. Anyway, welcome to another fantastic Be Better Tuesday. Tonight I had a little bit of a project in mind, I guess you could say, that I wanted to talk about. And it's kind of a little bit about intermittent fasting. And I was talking to Debbie Solomons, and it just kind of really struck me that she didn't even know what intermittent fasting was until I told her. But after thinking about it, it's kind of something that we end up doing naturally on this way of eating anyway. I mean, it's I don't know about you, but I don't get hungry. I eat 2 regular meals between 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Nothing's fantastic. I don't gorge myself. I just eat 2 regular meals, and for between 6 or 6:30 at the latest, and about 11:30 when my regular lunchtime at work starts up, I don't get hungry. I drink my bulletproof coffee in the morning, and the rest of the day I drink water and whatnot. So anyway, I just wanted to go over a little bit of what intermittent fasting is and what it can actually do for you. If you're kind of stuck in a plateau and you're not really losing any fat, this is a good way to break that little bond that it has on you and kind of put your fat burning into high gear. So I'm going to do some screen sharing here. Let me get this other thing set up a little bit better here so that you can see the slides a little better. I have some slides that I put together on PowerPoint so that you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So let's get this going and we'll get this over with. I don't want to take too long tonight, so I'm going to screen share. Let's see here. Start screen share. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Okay, so the first thing we're doing, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of a incentive here as to, just some kind of a little boost. This is, if you're searching for that one person that will change your life, take a look in the mirror. And that there's never been a truer statement than that. Regardless of whether it's weight loss or working out or building a business or anything as far as that goes, you're the only person that can determine your outcome. Okay, so if something's not changing, it's time to take a big look in the mirror and have a good long talk with yourself. So anyway, that's my daily incentive for you guys today. Okay, the effects and benefits of intermittent fasting on a ketogenic diet. It's kind of a new craze, and it's used as a supplement to your diet, and it revolves around the timing of your food intake and can have some major benefits in the long run. Uh, I'm not going to read this verbatim. You guys can all read. I'm just going to go over some of this stuff. Um, I don't like to eat at work anyways. We don't have much of a break room. I only have a little refrigerator there, so most of that's taken up by my drinks that I take. I keep cold water in there so I can do my keto OS, and that's about all I do at work. I mean, I like I said, we have a little microwave in there, but I don't like microwave food. It's not really all that good for you. So I usually try to restrict my eating to maybe a few pork rinds or something like that, or maybe a little cheese stick or something, just, but I don't very rarely ever eat anything before 11 o'clock in the morning. So I have a pretty good uh, uh, fasting period there because I don't eat anything after 6. So you're looking at 16 or 17 hours pretty much before I even am hungry. I mean, that just I'm not hungry, um, and I love it. I've had a lot of energy at work, and I still have plenty of energy when I get home and go over to the gym and do my workout. And I come here and I work my home business. Um, uh, and my wife is just kind of dumbfounded as to how I can keep going like that. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, uh, if I get tired, I just take like a 15, 20-minute power nap and I'm good to go for the rest of the day. Um, but my workouts are pretty intense. I like lifting a lot of heavy weights and you need a lot of energy to do that. And even one of my friends at work just kind of told me, and I think he might have been kidding, but he just said, "You're a beast," I mean, you know how guys are sometimes, they just kind of banter back and forth between each other. So you never know what you're uh, gonna do. But one of the things that I want to bring up here is if you're not hitting your weight loss goals, make sure that you're calculating your macros right. And that was on the last webinar we had last week, the last hangout we had last week. If you need to go back and watch that again, I showed you where you could find that information. So if you need to know anything else, send me a instant message or send me a Facebook message or something, and I'll shoot you over the links to the information on where you can find the sheets to figure out your macros and stuff like that. So anyway, that's some of the things that you can't just go into this and not know what you're doing. I mean, some things you might be able to do haphazardly, but if you're really serious about getting better, both physically and even emotionally, because a lot of times extra weight and not looking good has an emotional effect on people. So you have to uh, do your due diligence and study just a little bit, and because there's things, like I said, like you need to figure out your macros. I don't obsess over them, but I know where mine are at, and I try to stay as close to them or below as I can. Okay, so um, here's a little bit of philosophy on the approach to intermittent fasting. Um, it has to do with skipped meals. This is when you skip over a meal to induce extra time for fasting. Usually people choose breakfast because that's one of the easiest. And the old fallacy of breakfast is the most important meal of the day is garbage. It's not. Okay, breaking the fast is the most important meal of the day, whether that's in the morning or in the afternoon. If could be in the morning if you're doing an evening fast. Okay, if you're going from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 6 in the morning or whatever. But most of the people that I've talked to like the evening fast. I mean the not the evening fast, but they go from 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. until around noon. That gives them plenty of time to get into that fat burning mode. Your eating windows, like I said, this is kind of self-explanatory. My eating time is usually between 1 and 6, so that's not too bad. Like I said, I don't eat real heavy, but I do eat nutrient dense meals, and it seems to make a lot of difference in how I feel. Also, you can do a 24 to 48-hour cleanse. And one other thing that I want to mention here, I know a lot of you like ACV and lemon juice, but I've done a little bit of research and found that if you want something that's going to induce a lot of energy in you, eat key limes. I mean, don't just eat them, but just juice them, not in a blender or something. Just squeeze all the juice out of 3 key limes, not the regular limes, but they have to be key limes because they're the highest in nutrients. Okay, and you do 3 of those in the morning, and oh my God, I'll tell you what, it's just you'll think you're on some kind of speed pill or something. It just blows your energy up. So give that a try in the morning. Do an extended fast. I mean, it's I've done a couple of them now, and they're not that hard. You would think that they would be, but trust me, it's a lot easier than I thought it would be. And if you've known me in the past, you know that I'm a pretty big eater, or I could have been. I was at one time, not anymore though. I'm pretty good at maintaining my portion control. I just make sure that my meals that I do eat are nutrient dense and contain a lot of good fats and stuff. So go over some of that stuff. Like I said, do your due diligence and go over that a little bit. Okay, so how does it work? The whole point of the fasting is to allow ourselves to increase the amount of food we intake at one time. Our bodies naturally can only take a certain amount of food at once, so we're creating sort of a limit on our own calorie intake. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I'm not really all that certain about the technicalities, but all I know is that it works. I like the way I feel. I'm not hungry. My energy level is still crazy. I mean, I just go and go. It seems like even when I go to bed at night, I'm kind of hard to get to sleep sometimes because I just don't feel tired. but you know, everybody's a little different, so you just kind of have to adjust your times and see when the best time of the day is for you to actually fast. I like to do mine on the weekends. That way I'll have a little better control over what I'm eating, and I can make sure that it's the right amount of macros and the right amount of nutrients that I'm taking in. So, like I said, if you haven't tried it, and you're feeling a little bit stuck or sluggish, this is a good way to break that. And so the benefits of intermittent fasting, there's a number of different benefits that have been shown from fasting. Some of them include blood lipid levels, longevity, cancer, and testosterone levels. The two I want to focus on are the basis for our everyday lives. Here's some different things that you can go through. Some of the benefits include higher metabolic adaptations, improved muscle synthesis, and what that does is it makes your body utilize the nutrients that you do provide it in a more streamlined way, and nourishes your muscles better. Improved response to post-workout meals. I don't like eating big after I've worked out, but I do usually about an hour after I work out. I will have a little bit of protein or something to go along with everything that I'm doing that day. And there's been numerous studies that have done on fasting while training. And there is no ill effects on your performance. So that's something you don't really have to worry about. My last thing is mental clarity. Like I said, you guys can read all through this. I'm not going to read it verbatim. These are just some of the things that I want to bring up. I mean, I'm not trying to turn you into zombies by reading to you. You know, that's not what this is all about. I'm not sure why people can't get on this thing. I should be able to have other people joining this, even if it's a live presentation. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here. I hope you all can see it anyways. Looks like some people have joined, but I can't tell who they are. So anyway, I will get better at doing these, guys, I promise. I'm not sure what the heck's going on here with these things. But, you know, I'm trying. I might switch to a different platform so that I can have people participate, you know, and not just me sitting here talking to myself on the screen. So anyway, I hope you guys at least you'll be able to see this on the replay. It should post up here pretty soon. So y'all have a great Tuesday evening, and we will see you next week.